Hello and welcome to another episode of the Free-to-Play, and this is going to be the final stats for my free-to-play account as of its end. So we're going to go over all the mechs that I have, how much time I've spent playing the game, how much C-bills and MC I've earned, all the various things, and then figure out whether or not, it's a good investment to free-to-play on this game. But first off, we'll look at the amount of mechs that I have. And we have a total of 71 total mech bays with 70 total mechs. We have 8 lights, 17 mediums, 25 heavies, and 20 assaults. So obviously heavies and assaults are more my thing, with mediums in that sort of secondary position, and then not as many lights, as I only really needed a couple lights that I played vastly more than all the rest of them. For heroes, we have a total of 4 light heroes, with the Arctic Cheetah, which actually was picked up using the 2019 Customer Appreciation Rewards, the Kit Fox Purifier, Urban Mech K9, Wolfhound Grinner, the medium. We just have one Enforcer Gilly, but it doesn't mean that we are not having any additional mechs that give us special bonuses, as we do have a Stormcrow there that was a reward mech for some event that does give us 30% CVO bonus, so we might as well include those as well, in which case that adds this Loyalty Javelin. We have the Archer Tempest, Cataphract Ilium Mermets, Quickdraw IV4, Rifleman Loyalty, the Roughneck Powerhouse, which was given away during the one of the MechCon bonus events, the Sunspider Manu, which I purchased and very enjoyable, Sunspider Vanguard, again during one of the MechCon winter events, Thunderbolt, this is the top dog, Warhammer Black Widow, Banshee La Malinche, which was again an event mech, the Corsair, I don't remember what this one's name is because I don't play it enough, the BR, the Mad Cat Mark II, and the Warhammer 2C Bludgeon. Alright. So I think we actually have a pretty good lineup of mechs here. We can make some decent drop decks with these, with a fairly good amount of our our hero mechs. More towards the Inner Sphere lineup, as I do have much more Inner Sphere heavy than I do clan heavy, and it just makes it so that it works out easier for me to play on the Inner Sphere side. But what we do have is we take those off, and we see all the mechs again. We have plenty of clan heavies that we could use, like the 2CA, Wonderful Brawler. We can combine that with some other of our clan heavies and do some good stuff. So there we have enough mechs in here that we can build drop decks for both of the sides. Now we did get some packages, as for example the Marauder 2s here. We won them from a giveaway, which anyone can enter a giveaway, so it is appropriate for me not paying money and playing this for free. Yeah, I think we've got a good amount of mechs here, so let us look at the actual numbers in the Spreadsheet Warrior. So we're going to pop over to the Spreadsheet Warrior. We've got this separated out into several different sections, and I'll have to change the zoom here as we go from section to section. First up is just the main stats. This is just sort of the count overall. We have a total kills, 2,581, with 1,483 deaths, which gives us a kill-death ratio. I got these in the wrong spot here. Oh no. They are backwards. There we go. we're doing it live. All right, kill death ratio of 1.74. So I was definitely killing more than I was dying. And a win-loss ratio of 1,270 over 921, which gives us that ratio of 1.379. So winning more than I lost, but not as much as I was killing more than I was dying. So I was more likely to get multiple kills than I was to have multiple wins in a row. I earned a total of 380 million C-bills, just over that number, so it's quite a nice round number, which, if we've done the math correctly, should be this, what is this, 196,000 C-bills per match, which feels a little high, because some of those matches were pretty shit, and you would get absolutely 0 C-bills on them comparatively. But there were some days when you would get event premium time, and you'd be running a hero, and you'd be making those 300 and 400,000 C-bill matches, and they bump this up. Overall, over the entire thing, all the time that we played the game, which I believe was 960 days since this recording right now, which, that's a few good years there, we earned 28,565 MC, and we spent 27,863, which means that we earned, actually, $114 worth of MC. And this is if you're using the 250 value for your MC per dollar. I don't want to put that in their formula. There we go. 250 MCs if you bought the full $100 pack. That MC ratio gets worse if you buy smaller packs. So this is what it would be if you bought a $100 pack, not on sale and not boosted during an event. So, yeah, $114 for the amount of time I was playing in the game. Supposedly was 10 days and 6 hours. So if I bring up a calculator here, and we have that 10 days and 6 hours would be 10 and a quarter days, essentially. So it's like 10.25. And we'll have the 114 divided by the 10.25 days, which means that for every day that I spent in the game, I made $11 worth of value. If I divide that by 24, it means that every hour I spent playing MechWarrior, on average, I made about 46 cents of MC value. And that was focusing on the various events and such, and not just playing constantly. With my 960 days, and the fact that there is 10 days of total game time, it comes out to approximately 40 minutes per day since I've started this account. Now, the MC values here, this is just a list of MC. You can go back and take a look at all of them. If you sort it here, it's currently being filtered. If we just turn off those filter and sort it by the size, these 1,250 and 1,000 are from various events or having, say, winning a gift code on some person's live stream, and then they give me 1,250 MC like coupon. Or these thousands and 500s and 400s and such are from various events and whatevers. But yeah, you can take a look back through here. You can see when I was saving up, and then this particular date, I spent a whole bunch, which maybe was a sale of some kind at that point. July 21st sale, we spent 3,000. It was definitely a hero sale in which I spent that money. Moving on to my mech stats, and let me zoom out a couple more times here so we can get all of these wonderful stats in. Now, of course, this is in the spreadsheet Warrior, so if you want to go see these stats yourself and sort them however you wish, a link is in the description below. But if you're going to want to just see it here to see my summary, you're probably going to want to be on a computer screen with this being at 1080p so that you can actually see these numbers, because if you're just looking at this on a phone, you won't be able to see very much at the moment. My most played mech was the Huntsman Prime, which dominated compared to the rest of them. It had 285 matches in it, with the Nightjar being the second at 120 matches, the Arctic Cheetah 101, Viper, Wolfhound, the Grinner, the Marauder 3R, Shadowhawk 2D2. This one kind of surprised me. I played that many games in my Shadowhawk. I didn't think that I did, because I actually played more of it than my Muramets, and I love my Muramets. I actually believe I played more in that than my Hellbringer, even though my Hellbringer is like my favorite mech of all time. But wins and losses can be padded simply by having more matches, so of course we're going to want to look at the ratios. Some of them I never lost in them because they had a tiny amount of matches, so we don't really want to care about that. What we would like to do is we're going to filter by a value, and we're going to say, I don't know, greater than, say, 10 matches. Can I put that in there? I guess I can't right now. Filter by condition. Here we go. Is greater than 10. So that way, we're only seeing the mechs that I actually played a representative sample of matches. So I'm not seeing these outliers. So the highest win-loss ratio was with the Kodiak 3. Interesting. That Kodiak just must have enough DACA, especially because I believe I got it fairly early on in my my experience, so that I was able to pressure the noobs at the low level and kick their asses. Wolfhound 2, probably a similar experience, because this is a mech I've actually sold to replace with the Grinner, and it is still rocking one of my best win-loss ratios. The 6 medium pulse laser build on this is absolutely devastating if you can play it correctly at those low levels. And while I didn't play as many matches with it, my Hellbringer is getting me a massive win-loss ratio of 2.6 because I just love that mech and it works quite well with me. But yeah, I can agree the majority of the mechs up here are mechs that I played a fair amount and that I actually would agree I'm fairly confident with them. Mechs that I didn't play very many times and that I'm not confident with, interestingly, my Cataphractilia Muramets, while I do love this mech, it makes me lose, it seems. So kills and deaths, but we're going to look at kill-death ratios. KDR, the Wolfhound, because it is just amazing at running around and picking off enemy mechs as just being that very pokey light mech. The Annihilator, 1x, massive kill-death ratio as it just simply stays alive and it doesn't die at all because it has massive armor. Now, the total amount of damage and such, all these XP and time earned, all this kind of stuff here, doesn't matter. We're looking at what I think is the best 3 stats here: kill average, death average, and damage average. So again, the kill average, if I took on my Annihilator, I'd get 2 kills. Pretty much all the time. Which is, that's pretty damn consistent. The next up is my Assassin 21, which is a little non-expected, but a bunch of SRMs on a quick little platform that can be used to kill secure, not kill steal, kill secure. Yeah, I can see that being one where I can get a fair amount of kills. And then, of course, things like the Mad Cat Mark II-B, which is able to do just massive quantities of damage, and things like the Marauder 3R, similar to the Mad Cat Mark II-B, it can put out a lot of damage, especially because I really like that triple rotary 2 build on it. It can just work. Now, when it comes to death, I would die the most in my Grasshopper 5H, my Quick Draw, my Timberwolf, my Trebuchet, and my Kit Fox. Yeah. Interestingly, my Mad Cat, the DS, forget what this Mad Cat is, and at this point it doesn't matter. The Mad Cat Mark II Hero, I died a lot in this mech. I actually hardly performed comparatively to my Mad Cat Mark II B. The B is just so much better with the amount of DPS that it can put out, with the Mad Cat Mark II DS having just primarily trying to do like the 6 ER mediums and 2 Gauss build. Maybe I'm just not that good with that particular build on a mech like this. So I should stick with the Mass Daka when it comes to assaults, or at least for me. And then the end-all be-all stat, the damage average. If you are going to go into a match, how much damage are you going to do? And getting to the top of the pile here is the Mad Cat Mark II B with its massive amount of Daka, because practically I ran one build on this, the 2 Ultra 5, 2 Ultra 10 design, and that's it. And I got 631 damage on average. So that means I got matches that were significantly higher than this sometimes. With the Battlemaster 2C, primarily a 5 ER laser mech for me. The Kodiak KD3, again, Mass Daka. And the rest of them in the over 500 damage per match, where a variety of heavies and assaults, with one interesting one, that Assassin 21, showing up here on several of these statistics. So the Assassin 21 being a pretty good mech. But even so, like down into the 400s, there's a lot of mechs here in the 400s. A lot of them some really good variants. There's the Wolfhounds. There's my Huntsman that I played a whole bunch. The Powerhouse, excellent brawler for its weight. All that kind of stuff down here. Then for the final thing here, we have maps. So which ones did I play the most on? Well, Grim Plexus was the most played map, but also, interestingly, one of my worst ratios, with the worst win-loss ratio that I could possibly have, at least for the quick play maps. Well, Solaris City is a bit lower as it's down there at 0.7, but again, it's way less of a sample size with only 50. So theoretically, I could bring that back if I focus on, really focused on it. But yeah, most played maps, Grim Plexus, HPG Manifold, Frozen City, Crimson Strait, Polar Highlands, Mining Collective, Canyon Network, in that order, with the rest of them going down. Where I did the most time, where I got the best ratios in terms of win-loss, interestingly, Alpine Peaks, Frozen City Classic. Alpine Peaks really confuses me. I don't like that map very often, but seemingly I win on it, and I don't know why. I don't play on it hardly ever. I only played on it 41 times over multiple years, but I did get frickin' 2.4 for my ratio. And beyond that, you can see things like some of the Solaris maps, like Ishiyama Caves. Only played a handful of matches on them. Steiner Coliseum, 10 matches. Vitric, wow, that's faction play. But yeah, didn't spend a lot of time on those kind of maps. As we can see, essentially, quick play is here, and we have the rest of them there. Hardly used. All of the Solaris and faction play maps, just not wanting to play on them. But yeah, and I think an interesting stat here that I just thought of and that I haven't calculated would be time per match. So let's go time divided by match here. And sort that. What? Time per map. Yeah, okay. Time per map. There we go. Now it's going to sort properly. There we go. Vitric Forge. Long map. Jeez. For every time I loaded into it, 40 minutes. That seems extra long. That seems actually physically impossible, because aren't faction play matches like 35 minutes max? Strange. But you can see the average here for all of the main maps 8 minutes 40 seconds down to 5 minutes 50 seconds. So 6 to 9 minutes is your average match length, at least from my statistics. But yeah, that is going to be it for the statistics. And now it is just my sort of final rambling thoughts here. As, say, for the amount of MC we earned and such, I think this is fine for a free-to-play game. If we go back to the heroes and specials that we have, all of the mechs that give us C-bill bonus, we have a really good set of those mechs. I mean, in my main account, I literally have every single one that has ever existed, but I'm special because of, spending way too much money on the game and also having connections. So that's not reflective. But this free-to-play account, never spending a dime, what do we have? 5, 2, so that's 7, 9, 16. We have 20 mechs that give us a C-bill bonus. Some of them really good mechs that I really enjoy playing and could put hours into them. Like Grinner here, if I just need to farm for any reason, I take this guy because that is what he does. And being able to buy that mech with just my playtime was good. So that is a good thing that is here. If you play the events and you really focus on them, you can earn so much MC and you never have to spend $1 on the game. That is one great thing about it. But over the long term here, for this game, I simply got fatigued on it. And it's just been exacerbated, if I'm saying these words correctly, because I'm tired. Because of, if we have things like this for the patch notes where there really isn't anything happening, and there hasn't been anything happening in development of this game for several months now. So as a content creator, if there isn't a new thing, like a new mech comes out, that's easy. A new mech comes out, there's at least 3 to 4 videos, if not more, that I could make about that mech. Because I could pick out, there's the hero, there's the special, there's a popular variant, like say, oh, that's going to have a lot of ballistics, let's run mass AC2s and have fun with it. And then there's like some like diamond in the rough variant that I want to show off that I thought I had a good build for, and we'll see what people think. So there's easily 4 videos there. But without new content coming every single month as a creator, it's really hard to keep going, because what is there to work for? They're like, okay, like, what can I do? I'm just playing the same mechs over and over again and nothing is fresh. So that is partially why I have stopped the free-to-play account. I was getting to a nice round number anyway, with this being the 200th episode. But also that I'm realistically going to retire from MechWarrior for the foreseeable future. I may or may not pop in randomly just to be like, I want to shoot this particular weapon and have just a week, like an evening of blowing something up. That may occur, but as of right now, I'm going to focus on other projects. But yeah, overall, the free-to-play was a fun adventure, and I think it is a good set of statistics for how grindable the game is, and that it was fun, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. But we're going to be moving on and doing some other stuff, and see what happens. If MechWarrior gets some big updates, I will come back and cover them, and if it doesn't, I'll most likely just be holding out, hanging on for getting, seeing what happens with MechWarrior 5, how it's received when it's released, and possibly doing something then. But yeah, that is going to be it for now for MechWarrior. Thank you so much for watching all these videos over the years. And good hunting out there, fellow mech warriors.